Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the School District of Springfield Township Board of School Directors Interim Board Meeting, June 6, 2017. I would like to just take a moment to thank you all for your patience. We had an executive session prior to this meeting that ran a little long, so we will kind of go quickly forward and get to what we're all here for tonight. So let's all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Reading of the mission statement. The mission of the School District of Springfield Township is to educate and develop all students as learners and citizens who are high-achieving, resilient, and responsible in a changing global community. Roll call, Mr. King.
Mr. Chapman. Here. Mr. Sales. Here. Mr. Lapis. Here. Ms. Nelson. Mr. Wright. Here. Ms. Sarsfield. Here. Dr. Taratusky. Here. Mr. Taylor. Here. Ms. Lipinski.
Here. Announcements. The board, at its discretion, may videotape all or any portion of public board meetings subject to the limitations set forth in Policy 006.2, Broadcasting of Meeting. Board meetings will be broadcast on Friday afternoon following the board meeting. Are there any public comments on agenda items? Okay. We'll now be moving on to recognitions and awards. High school awards, Dr. Charles Rittenhouse.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome. It's my pleasure to present our June awards this evening, and we have three sets of awards. One, we will talk about our star thespian, we will talk about our star lacrosse player, and we'll talk about our stars at the Eastern Center for Arts and Technology. It makes my job very easy. We have wonderful kids and a very supportive community and school board, and I appreciate everything that everybody does. So we will begin with Marlene Thornton, a Springfield Township High School graduate and a thespian star in her own.
A few years back. All right, it is an honor to tell you about Grace Alt this evening and her work with the Educational Theater Association and the International Thespian Society. I made a list, and it's quite a short list for everything that she has done, but Grace has served for 2 years as a student thespian officer in Pennsylvania. She won the Democracy Works essay and presented it in Washington, D.C. at Arts Advocacy Day as a sophomore. The summer of her sophomore year, Grace was elected as the International Thespian Officer at the University of Nebraska as the vice chair on the board. It is the highest rank that any student from Pennsylvania has ever earned. This year, she is the chair, the highest ranking student in the world. It's true. Grace has traveled to thespian conferences, Educational Theater Association events. She has run fundraising events. She has led many countless workshops for both adults and students, all while still serving on the Pennsylvania State Board and president of our troupe here at Springfield and having leads in the shows. In 2 weeks, she will be the International Thespian Officer Chair and a gracious leader at the International Thespian Society's Festival at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. She has served as an impressive leader, an incredible representative of Pennsylvania thespians and Springfield Township High School. Her work ethic, her stamina, her patience, and her talent are amazing. It has been an absolute privilege to work with this student for 4 years. So it's an honor to recognize Grace Alt this evening.
Mrs. Thornton, if you don't mind, I think there's just one other thing, if I'm not mistaken, that Grace has done. I know she's also a composer, and she's created a number of the pieces that are featured in a number of our choral concerts. So I just wanted to point that out as well, because it's always a delight to listen to anything that Grace has composed.
Absolutely. This is a very multi-talented young lady, and she has run she and her sister started our a cappella club. How many years ago, Grace? 4 years. 4 years ago. And Grace composes that music and has been running that group for 4 years now. And it's been amazing to watch.
How about a picture? Come on.
Picture.
You can Photoshop me out of the picture later. It's a 5-year-old joke, but it's still pretty solid. So,
Thank you.
and I don't know if Mrs. Thornton mentioned it, but Grace was featured in the New York Times advocating.
Like I said, it was a short list. I thought I'd get you.
Advocating for the arts, and I'm reading the New York Times on the weekend. I'm like, there's Grace Hall. Like, there's her picture in the New York Times, which is very, very cool, and we really appreciate everything that she has done. Eastern Center for Arts and Technology, we have 45 students there. I'm proud to say in my 4 years, in the last, I think, 4, 5, or 6 years, our numbers have gone up. It's a wonderful place. It's across from Upper Moreland High School. They have great programs in law enforcement, allied health, cosmetology, construction. I think they have 13 different programs, and it's really a great spot. And we're very blessed to have such a wonderful arts and technology school. Our kids do very well. Schools go many years without a student of the month or perfect attendance or straight A's. All of our kids do this every single month, and we're very, very proud of what they do. So our first awards go to, and excuse me, because there's multiple certificates here. In collision technology, this young man won the Springfield Rotary Award, the John McCook Memorial. I was at their luncheon today. The State Farm Good Neighbor Award, and probably the most proud for him and his family, the Straight A Award, meaning he got all A's this year, and that would be Garrett Bowles. Okay, our next award winner is in the commercial art program, an outstanding program at Eastern. And this young lady won 2 awards, and she won the Commercial Art NOCTI NOCTI Judges Choice Award, which is a very prestigious award, and the Straight A Award. And she's a neighbor of mine, and that would be Leanne Lee. Congratulations. Come on up. The next award winner is in the electrical technology program. He's a senior here at Springfield Township High School, and that would be Will Schmidt, and he also received the Straight A Award at Eastern. And our final award winner at Eastern won 5 awards, and she is in the senior in commercial art, the Commercial Art NOCTI High School Achievement Award, the Commercial Art Outstanding Senior Sketchbook Award, Educators Association Award, the Straight A Award, and the Student of the Month Award, and that would be Rachel Forbes.
course.
And again, congratulations to our award winners from Eastern Center for Arts and Technology. Our final award, and I'm presenting on behalf of Mr. Payne. This spring, the Spartan boys lacrosse team had an exceptional season. The team made it to the second round of the District 1 playoffs. The team was also voted as the American Conference Sportsmanship Award winner, which made me very proud. Head coach Hank Resch was nominated for Coach of the Year. Tonight we are recognizing the leader of this team who has already been awarded all-conference and all-Eastern PA status. Recently, George Baughan has been named to the All-State Lacrosse team. We are here to award George a certificate and present him to the school board, as George represents what being a Spartan is all about. He's excellent in the classroom, and his efforts in school and lacrosse have earned him the opportunity to play lacrosse and study at Princeton University. George Baughan, All-State. I think that's everybody, right? Congratulations, students. I'm very proud of you. Dr. Hacker, back to you.
On behalf of all of the board members here, I just want to extend my congratulations to all of you. This is actually the highlight for us at a board meeting, is being able to recognize all the wonderful things that you do and the effort that you put in to the work that you're doing. I know I was at a wonderful luncheon today at the Eastern Center, and we were able to recognize the culinary arts students who prepared a delicious meal for us. And I go there every month, and I'm just astounded at the fantastic work that's done there at the Eastern Center. So to the Eastern students, thank you for working so hard, and hopefully you're going to enter a chosen field with tremendous background, whether it's in commercial art or collision or wherever. And to the rest of you, Grace, George, best of luck to you, and continue to do great things and represent your legacy here at Springfield Township High School well. So thank you all for coming in, again, for your patience. I hope it was well worth it to see your kids recognized. Thank you.
Congratulations, everyone. Now we're going to move on to the administrative report. Dr. Nancy Hacker.
And please feel free to go if you're not interested. We understand. So just a couple of announcements. As everyone knows, we have graduation that we are looking forward to next Wednesday evening. And unlike this week, where there is forecasted rain for almost every single evening, the forecast for next week is going to be very warm. So dress appropriately as you get ready for graduation. But it should at least be sunny, which is a good thing. I had an opportunity first thing this morning to view the video yearbook for the Springfield High School. And it was always amazing to see all the wonderful things that you've just seen examples of that our kids are engaged in, all of our kids, not just the seniors. So of course, we want to wish good luck to all of our seniors and their families, and wish them well as they leave us and become alumni of Springfield Township very shortly. And we're all looking forward to what we hope will be a great graduation. I also want to mention that at the close of the school year every year, our administrators obviously are working extraordinarily hard, not on closing down the end of the year and finishing things up with staff members and students, but of course hiring new teachers and completing all of the interviews and the pathways that our new teachers have to go through in order to secure a job here in the township. And we do make it tough for them. Between demonstration lessons and many levels of interviews, we try to hire the most qualified individuals. And then, of course, they go through a rigorous induction program led by Dr. Atkinson. So I just want to again thank all of our administrators for the many hours that they spend in trying to really identify the appropriate candidates that we have out there so that we can get the best staff possible. And finally, just one quick mention, on June 19th, which is a Monday, it is our last day of school, but at 4:30 in the afternoon, we're going to be hosting a tour of the current Antonelli site. We've had requests from several members in the community to actually see the site and to see where the new school building that we are planning will be located. Many of the residents who live in the nearby neighborhoods have requested an idea of where the building will be on the property, and so we are happy to grant that request and to be able to show them not only where the building will be, but where the bus loop will be and the parking will be, parent drop-off entrances, and so forth. So this is an open invitation, weather permitting, on June 19th at 4:30. If any of the board members would like to come as well, you know, we hope that people will be present, and we do want to assure our neighbors that we're listening to them and we're trying to take into consideration any of the concerns that they've mentioned about a new school going up in their backyard. So thank you.
Thank you. Next is reports of committees. Finance Committee, Walter Lapidus.
Thank you. Let's see. Yesterday evening at 5:15, a group of us, just myself, Dr. Hacker, and Mr. King, met to go over some of the finance items. The first thing we discussed was tightening our student activity account procedures. Dr. King has been working on that. So sorry, I didn't mean to promote you unjustly. Mr. King has been working on that for almost a year, and you're continuing to do so to make sure that we keep tighter controls on some of the student activity funds. The other item we discussed was the 16-17 audit. That should be happening relatively soon, and hopefully we will come out of that as well as we've come out of the audit in years past. We also discussed the Upper Dublin Shared Services Agreement, which is a transportation agreement where we help Upper Dublin's transportation department with some bus runs. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just making things up as I go along. Okay. So it is on the agenda. Thank you, and we will continue this for another year or until Upper Dublin gets tired of us. The bus purchase RFP. Apparently, we need to replace some more buses. This is something that we already budgeted a number of years ago, so we are just spending money for something much needed, which is new buses that will be much more reliable than what we have right now. Let's see, transfer for capital improvements and bus. So today there will be a motion to transfer some funds among different categories. I think
From the general fund over to the capital reserve fund.
Thank you. I'll move on to.
Elaborate?
No, not really. I think
It's
we're.
on the agenda is also, there's a motion.
It is, yes, but it's 4 pages of tedious reading. I don't think you want to hear that. So the final budget will be up for a vote next board meeting, the 20th, correct? And through the skill and dedication that you and Dr. Hacker have, you've managed to reduce the proposed tax increase. I think we started at about 5%. It's less than half that at 2.29%.
Just one correction, we certainly did not do it alone.
I had nothing to do with it, so don't give me any credit. No, but I understand it was the entire.
Team and all the administrators, we
But-
really worked diligently to get it down below index.
But we know it's not an easy process, and it's an annual process. And I think next, the 18-19 budget starts up in a few months, correct? We won't address that. And then the informational item was Public Financial Management, Inc. is now becoming PFM Financial Advisors, but just the name change, nothing else. We adjourned a few minutes after. Are there any questions?
Okay. Moving on to new business. Personnel attachment, recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the following personnel as presented in the attachment: administrative personnel, confidential personnel, certificated personnel, support personnel, temporary personnel, extra pay for extra responsibilities, conference workshop attendance. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Mr. Chapman? Yes. Ms. Casalis? Aye. Mr. Lapidus? Aye. Mr. Ryder? Yes. Ms. Sarsfield? Aye. Dr. Teretuski? Aye. Mr. Taylor? Aye. Ms. Lipinski?
Aye. Number 2, KidView Inc., days off, recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the KidView Inc. days off proposal for the 2017-2018 school year as per the attachment JJ. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Any questions or comments? Mr. King?
Mr. Chapman? Aye. Ms. Casalis? Aye. Mr. Lapidus? Aye. Mr. Ryder? Aye. Ms. Sarsfield? Aye. Dr. Teretuski? Aye. Mr. Taylor? Aye. Ms. Lipinski?
Aye. You guys are confusing me. Okay. Number 3, 2017-2018 board meeting dates, recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the board meeting dates for the 2017-2018 year, attachment KK. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Mr. Chapman? Aye. Ms. Casalis? Aye. Mr. Lapidus? Aye. Mr. Ryder? Aye. Ms. Sarsfield? Aye. Dr. Teretuski? Aye. Mr. Taylor? Affirmative. Ms. Lipinski?
Aye. Settle down, settle down. We got quite a few more to go. All right. Number 4, part-time independent contractor ESY 2017, recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the part-time independent contractor agreement for June 26, 2017 through August 18, 2017 for vision and mobility therapy, attachment LL. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Any questions or comments? Okay.
Mr. Chapman? Aye. Ms. Casalis? Aye. Mr. Lapidus? Aye. Mr. Ryder? Yes. Ms. Sarsfield? Aye. Dr. Teretuski? Aye. Mr. Taylor? Aye. Ms. Lipinski?
Aye. Number 5, phone system, recommended motion. The Board of Directors approves the service agreement with Intermediate Unit 17, Bradford, Lycoming, Sullivan, Tioga, BLAST, BLAST, for monthly telephone service in the amount of $900, the purchase and installation for all district phone equipment in the amount of $63,007.17. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Is this a renewal of a phone service agreement or a new phone service agreement?
This is a new agreement to replace our current outdated system, which is over 15 years old.
Okay.
And our current provider, Verizon, has not been very good, so this enables us to have a better provider at a less expensive monthly rate and all new equipment.
Okay, thank you very much.
So
That was
parents will be able to call us now as opposed to the times when they cannot get through.
very good. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. King.
Mr. Chapman? Yes. Ms. Casalis? Yes. Mr. Lapidus? Aye. Mr. Ryder? Aye. Ms. Sarsfield? Aye. Dr. Teretuski? Yes. Mr. Taylor? Aye. Ms. Lipinski?
Aye. Number 6, joint services agreement, recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the joint services agreement with the School District of Upper Dublin for the 2017-2018 school year in the amount of $45,150. Is there a motion? Motion. Is there a second? Any questions or comments?
Yeah, this is money coming to us,
I
right?
was
As opposed-
just
thank you.
going to say, thank you for mentioning that, yes. To clarify, this is the money that Upper Dublin is paying our district for the use of our services.
Mr. Chapman? Aye. Ms. Casalis? Yes. Mr. Mr. Lapidus. Mr. Ryder. Ms. Sarsfield. Dr. Terratescu. Mr. Taylor. Ms. Slopinski.
Aye. Aye. Thank you. All right. Number 7, Moss Rehab Agreement, recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the attached athletic training agreement with Moss Rehab Einstein at Elkins Park for the high school and the middle school for the 2017-2018 school year at a total base cost of $63,104. Attachment MM. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Second. Any questions or comments? Okay, Mr. King?
Mr. Chapman. Ms. Casalis. Mr. Lapidus. Mr. Ryder. Ms. Sarsfield. Dr. Terratescu. Mr. Taylor. Ms. Slopinski.
Aye. Number 8, general fund transfer, recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the following transfers to the Capital Reserve Fund. A, $1,400,000 for capital projects. B, $550,000 for the purchase of school buses. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Any questions or comments?
Mr. Chapman. Ms. Casalis. Mr. Lapidus. Mr. Ryder. Ms. Sarsfield. Dr. Terratescu. Mr. Taylor. Ms. Slopinski.
Aye. Number 9, appointment of board secretary, recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the election of Mr. Kenneth W. King as school board secretary for the term beginning July 1st, 2017 and ending July 1st, 2021. Is there a motion? Second. Any questions or comments?
Mr. Chapman. Yes. Ms. Casalis. Yes. Mr. Lapidus. Mr. Ryder. Ms. Sarsfield. Dr. Terratescu. Mr. Taylor. Yes. Ms. Slopinski.
Aye. Congratulations. Unanimous.
You want to step on the glass?
Okay. Number 10, virtual high school contract for the 2017-2018 school year. Recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the attached agreement with the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit for the Montgomery Virtual Program for the 2017-2018 school year in the amount of $135 per seat, plus any required additional lab and AP course enrollment fees as needed. Attachment NN. Is there a motion? Motion. Is there a second? Second. Any questions or comments?
Mr. Chapman. Ms. Casalis. Mr. Lapidus. Yes. Mr. Ryder. Ms. Sarsfield. Yes. Dr. Terratescu. Mr. Taylor. Ms. Slopinski.
Aye. It's all right. It's all right. Nancy can translate for us. Okay, number 11. Approval of contract with Synovia Solutions for GPS lease. Recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the contract with Synovia Solutions in the amount of $882 per month for school bus onboard navigation and diagnostic software. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Any questions or comments?
Mr. Chapman. Ms. Casalis. Mr. Lapidus. Yes. Mr. Ryder. I'm sorry, I did that. Aye. Ms. Sarsfield. Aye. Dr. Terratescu. Aye. Mr. Taylor. Aye. Ms. Slopinski.
Aye. Number 12, high school soil clean fill assessment, recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the attached proposal with Earth Engineering, Inc. to perform a clean fill assessment of the soil removed from the high school stadium in the amount of $1,900 plus expenses. Attachment 00. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Any questions or comments?
Mr. Chapman. Ms. Casalas. Mr. Lapis. Mr. Ray. Ms. Sarsfield. Dr. Taratusky. Mr. Taylor. Ms. Lipinski.
Aye. Number 13, MCIU Payroll Services, recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the agreement with Montgomery County Intermediate Unit to provide temporary payroll support services on an as-needed basis in the amount not to exceed $13,350. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Any questions or comments?
What is this and why do we need it?
Unfortunately, our payroll person who handles payroll for us is leaving the district, so this is a temporary measure until we hire someone to replace her.
Mr. Chapman. Ms. Casalas. Mr. Lapis. Mr. Ray. Ms. Sarsfield. Dr. Taratusky. Mr. Taylor. Ms. Lipinski.
Aye. Number 14, payment of bills. Recommended motion. The Board of School Directors authorizes the business administrator to release the payment of bills as they become due and payable over the summer months of 2017. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Any questions or comments?
Yep. What's the checks and balances, either Mr. King or Dr. Hacker, on paying bills? How does that work? Is it any different than?
This is just done because we don't meet in July. You will be approving those bills. It's the normal, we go through the normal process that we would at the business office, and we would present those July bills to you in August when.
So we'd be voting on them retroactively?
Yes, you will be. Mr. Chapman. Ms. Casalas. Mr. Lapis. Mr. Rayer. Ms. Sarsfield. Dr. Taratusky. Mr. Taylor. Ms. Lipinski.
Aye. You guys are going to make me start laughing. And then Kat's going to have to take over. Okay. 15, high school auditorium roof replacement project. Recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the bid of the United States Roofing Corp. To perform all work associated with the high school auditorium roof replacement project in the amount of $216,240, subject to final engineer's review and reference check. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Second. Any questions or comments?
A quick question. Is this part of summer work or is it part of the high school, the renovation project?
Summer
Summer.
capital projects.
Okay, thanks.
Mr. Chapman. Ms. Casalas. Mr. Lapis. Mr. Rayer. Ms. Sarsfield. Dr. Taratusky. Mr. Taylor. Ms. Lipinski.
Aye. Number 16, bus garage sewer and macadam replacement project. Recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the base bid and alternate number 2 of BF Brown, Inc. to perform all work associated with the bus garage, macadam, and sewer replacement in the amount of $154,995, subject to engineer's final review and reference check. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Any questions or comments?
Mr. Chapman. Ms. Casalas. Mr. Lapis. Mr. Rayer. Ms. Sarsfield. Dr. Taratusky. Mr. Taylor. Ms. Lipinski.
Aye. Number 17, installation of new BAS controller devices, or BAS controller devices. Recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the attached proposal with Divine Brothers, Inc. to perform all work associated with the installation of new BAS controller devices for the high school rooftop units number 1 and number 2 in the amount of $7,800. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second? Any questions or comments?
Mr. Chapman. Aye. Mr. Salas. Aye. Mr. Lapidus. Aye. Mr. Ryder. Aye. Ms. Sarsfield. Aye. Dr. Terra-Tuscan. Aye. Mr. Taylor. Aye. Ms. Lipinski.
Aye. Number 18, high school library flooring replacement project, recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the bid of Shaw Industries, Inc. to perform all work associated with the high school library flooring replacement project in the amount of $44,210.69. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Second. Any questions or comments? Mr. King?
Mr. Chapman. Aye. Mr. Salas. Aye. Mr. Lapidus. Aye. Mr. Ryder. Ms. Sarsfield. Aye. Dr. Terra-Tuscan. Aye. Mr. Taylor. Aye. Ms. Lipinski.
Aye. Number 19, middle school cafeteria flooring replacement project, recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the bid of Shaw Industries, Inc. to perform all work associated with the middle school cafeteria flooring replacement project in the amount of $78,550.48. Amount includes 3% allowance for unforeseen conditions of subfloor material. Is there a motion? Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Mr. Chapman. Aye. Mr. Salas. Aye. Mr. Lapidus. Aye. Mr. Ryder. Aye. Ms. Sarsfield. Aye. Dr. Terra-Tuscan. Aye. Mr. Taylor. Aye. Ms. Lipinski.
Aye. Number 20, high school DVR replacement, recommended motion. The Board of School Directors approves the Co-Stars agreement with Access Security Corp. to perform all work associated with the replacement of the high school DVR device that stores security camera recordings in the amount of $16,852. Is there a motion? Any questions or comments?
What does the $16,000 include?
It's the DVR device that handles all the cameras. It includes the install, software licensing. Includes the DVR, server license, installation, and software. Quantity 8.
So the
Video
installation of
encoder,
8 DVRs?
there's a rack.
Oh, okay.
So it's not all the cameras,
So it's not, it's not all the cameras?
but it's handling.
Okay.
So it's a system, it's just not one.
DVR.
It's a big system. It's not
Okay.
just
Sounds like it's
simple.
one
It's
DVR.
not.
Yeah, I was like, let's just go to Best
DVR.
Very expensive.
Great move.
I'm sorry, I'm curious, how long do we keep recordings for?
Not sure exactly. I think it's at least 24 hours until it tapes over again. Maybe, you have a door, is it 24 hours?
It depends on what it's recording, how much video it's actually recording, on how long it's kept per each camera.
If there's actually some kind of activity that it's watching, it'll
Correct.
be shorter duration.
It's not years or anything like that.
So it's going to be dependent on the server, how much capacity it can handle for data. Access 16. Yeah.
Craig, can you give an example of a situation where we've gone back and looked at the cameras from a period longer than 24 hours? Days, weeks?
Yeah, if something happened on, say, a Friday night, and we came in on a Monday and noticed some vandalism or anything, we can record back a few days in a situation like
Yeah,
that.
a lot of times it'll be when we're not physically here, something outside. It's a lot of times the parking lot, and
But it's more than 24 hours,
Yeah,
is, yeah, I think that's what the board was looking to see. All right, thank you.
Is there a certain time that we should be legally keeping these recordings for, or no? Okay. Okay, just want to make sure.
Mr. King?
Mr. Chapman? Mr. Sales? Mr. Lapidus? Mr. Ryan? Ms. Sarsfield? Dr. Terra Mr. Taylor? Ms. Lipinski?
Aye. Number 21, a little good news, Springfield Soccer Club donation, recommended motion. The Board of School Directors accepts a donation made by the Springfield Soccer Club for the purchase of ground supplies and continued field maintenance in the amount of $750. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Any questions or comments?
Just want to thank Greg Bailey, who runs and organizes the Springfield Soccer Club. This is actually their largest donation that they've made to the district for field maintenance to date. In the past, they've contributed as much as $500, so this is obviously a large increase, and we're very grateful to them for their contribution and for helping us out with maintenance of the fields, because those are costs that typically the district will bear, but we're happy that they're making this contribution.
Mr. Chapman? Mr. Sales? Mr. Lapidus? Mr. Ryan? Ms. Sarsfield? Dr. Terra Mr. Taylor? Ms. Lipinski?
Aye. Are there any public comments on non-agenda items?
I just had a question about one thing that's not agenda, because I happened to run into somebody on my way here this evening. They just had a question, and I couldn't remember off the top of my head, so I thought I'd bring it up. For the turf fields, the baseball, that's one of the fields that's getting done as turf, right? Is that correct? Is it just the track and field?
Eventually, it's on the, not this year.
Field hockey, okay, is the field hockey going to have like a multi-purpose as well on it? I know the stadium we have, right, there's soccer is getting added to it. Or is there any one field that's going to be like a multi-purpose field? Like I said, I don't remember. Or any of the turf.
The stadium will be stitched for the schools.
Okay.
The field hockey, I don't recall for stitching, but we could always use it for painting.
Yeah, it was just a general question. It's
Yeah.
flexible. Somebody had seen the design for Plymouth, I think is doing one of their fields, the baseball, and they're including a soccer layout on it with like a general field purpose. So they were just asking if one of our fields was getting done the same.
Similar to what we're doing in the stadium, but that whole area outside of baseball where field hockey is, I believe isn't there also lacrosse that we had intended would go in there as well. So some of the fields,
Lacrosse also,
yes,
Okay.
some of the fields will be multi-purpose.
All right, thanks.
with different seasons, obviously not winter, but, fall and spring.
That's not a motion, so we don't have to vote. All right, so future meeting dates. School board meeting Tuesday, June 20th, 2017, 7 p.m. Freeze Memorial Lobby. There is a board committee meeting scheduled. The policy committee meeting will be on Tuesday, June 13th, 2017 at 5:30 p.m. in the administration building. And with that, we are complete for this evening. Thank you, everyone, for holding it together. I appreciate it. We got a lot done, and have a good night. Motion to adjourn.